Hello, Mom and Dad, me world. So this is day one with the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and it has been a very full day of use with this phone. I am recording this right now on the selfie camera, and I am just using the microphone here, this DJI microphone. And as I said, it's been a full day of use. We've got about 10% worth of battery life left. Got it early this morning. As of recording this right now, this is on day two since the phone has come out. We did not pick it up on day one as we were not at a location that had an Apple store, as you will see in videos to come. But I just wanted to give you an update on how this was. So far so good. I am actually noticing the larger display. It actually is visibly larger, feels larger in the hand just by a little bit, but more importantly, it looks bigger, and that is a good thing because we are maximizing the display on this. Recording this right now in 4K 24 frames per second on the front-facing camera, and I'll give you more updates as we use it more. Okay. Hello, Mom and Dad, me world. So I want to talk to you about this right here. This is, well, it's the box to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. This is the Desert Titanium, as you can see here by the color here of the writing. And this is the 256 gig model. This is the baseline model that you can get for the 16 Pro Max. And here it is right here. And let me take it out of its case here temporarily so I can just show you what it looks like out of the case. You can see how beautiful this looks. But yes, this is indeed the Pro Max, and you can see here the camera control button, and then the sides here, and then take a look at the back. The back looks like it is frosted and almost looks white and just a paler version of this. Don't worry about this right here with the camera. The reason why it looks like the camera has glasses is because it does. It has protective goggles. Not only did we put a screen protector on the front, but we also put a lens protector also on the back of this phone right here, and we did this absolutely immediately. You can actually see that right here as we did this all in store because I took my own advice this time, and I wanted to stay at the Apple store a little bit longer because I wanted to make sure that we were able to transfer both phone numbers. I do have two phone numbers onto this phone, and that everything also did get to transfer fluidly, and for the most part it did. The only thing I will tell you is I did, instead of going from phone to phone transfer, which it relies on the wireless connectivity from phone to phone, we just restored this from an iCloud backup. And restoring from the iCloud backup did allow it to download stuff much faster, and it probably got done and usable within about 25 minutes, 30 minutes of me sitting at the Apple store. And again, this is after I had already stopped one restore process because it was just taking quite a long time, and the time was increasing. And then I just said, nope, we're just going to restore from iCloud backup, which the people at the Apple store actually did suggest we do that, which was restore from an iCloud backup. My wife also, I don't have the phone here because my wife is at work. She went from the iPhone 14 Pro, not the Pro Max, just the 14 Pro, the smaller model, to the 16 Pro in this beautiful black titanium. And she wanted to do that mainly for the increased battery life. So this is the first impressions of this particular model. I've only had this for about 2.5 full days worth of actual use. I had the appointment set up for Friday. However, we were not in town. We were still out of town on vacation, and the place we were going to, or we had gone to for vacation, did not have an Apple store. So we did not pick it up on day one. We actually picked it up first thing on day two. We stayed in the queue down there at the Portland, Oregon location, and stood in queue. We were able to do that mainly without any issues. There were quite a few people there, but according to the Apple staff, not anywhere near as busy as day one, but the day was still early. So, but I want to give you my first impressions on this again. So one of the things I was very curious about was this right here, this camera control button. It 100% is indeed a button. You can press it and you can actually hear it click. It actually opened up the camera app right there, but it is a full physical button. You do depress it, it does click. I actually thought it was the same button like on the new Magic trackpads, where when you turn it off, you can't actually press anything, but when you turn it on, it does feel like you're pressing down on it. You've got that haptic feedback, but no, it is a physical button. What I have noticed is you do have to press the button just a little bit firmer than I actually thought you would have. So give it a good press to open up the actual camera app right here, and then you have to press it again to get that picture to take. But you actually do end up pressing it a little bit harder, a little bit more firmer than I actually thought you would have needed to, but that is fine. I haven't played around yet with like the half presses or anything like that, but it is neat. But I do have it set up on my control center screen to where I can just push that button right there and also have the camera app come up. And I never really did with the iPhone 15 Pro Max toggle this action button right here on the side to do anything more than to turn the ringer on and off. So I left that like it would be a mute button. So I was totally fine with that. And then also, I have not yet played with anything to do with any of these apps. This is my home screen that I've set up, and this is what I've actually kept here for the past couple iterations of the iPhone, with the 14 Pro Max and the 15 Pro Max. With the 16 Pro Max, I have not yet played with any of like the icons or any of those settings to make the home screen look any different. I imagine maybe I will, but maybe I won't. But I guess that's the nice thing I do like about iPhone is you can leave it as is, and it's like the iPhone you're used to, or you could change it up and have it be a very different looking iPhone that a lot of people have really asked for or really wanted to do. But I guess the option is 100% there. Take a look at this beautiful display. So this beautiful display right here is indeed, it does seem bigger. When I look at it, you can actually tell, or at least to me, I look at it and I go, this is definitely a bigger display. It does feel a little bit bigger in the hand. It does feel a little bit weightier in the hand, but I will take the extra battery life and then the extra display for that little bit of extra size. Again, I am using the same case I've been using for the past few years in this smartish case. I do love the grips here on the side. This video is absolutely not sponsored. I mean, I definitely take a sponsorship, but absolutely not sponsored. We bought the case, screen protectors, and the lens covers all beforehand to make sure that we were protected from day one, especially if we were going to be leaving the store with the iPhones. The only thing that is not protected or covered here is the actual camera control button. I believe, I don't know if any third-party manufacturers do have this, but from The other videos I've seen, I haven't played with it in the store, but the genuine Apple cases, they do have a protective cover for the actual camera control button, but without the button, I think it's just fine. It actually kind of, when I feel the button, you know what it makes me think of? It actually makes me think of Touch ID, which if they could do Touch ID and Face ID, that would totally be pretty awesome. I'd definitely take it, but the camera control button is what we got. We've got the action button again coming over from the 15 Pro Max, and then we've got the cameras. So supposedly a new and improved 48 megapixel main camera, and then a new and improved 48 megapixel ultra wide camera, and then the same 5 times zoom lens, tetraprism lens, with the zoom on this particular model. So in the previous years, I've played with that 5x zoom maybe 5% of the time that I've actually used cameras on this phone. Mainly it's been the main camera, and then sometimes when I'm using this to shoot like YouTube videos, I will definitely use the ultra wide camera, especially if there's not a whole lot of room. That's actually one of the reasons why we had picked up this phone, for the better ultra wide camera. So hopefully that'll translate into better video. And then the other reason also was for the better microphone. So the microphones I 100% have not yet tested out, but it's one of those situations where if I'm recording on this camera right here, which is the Sony a7 IV, and I forget this microphone right here, this is a DJI microphone. If I do forget the microphone, what I will do is I will absolutely use voice memos on this phone right here, and just take this phone with the microphone out and just slide it into my pocket right here, and then use this phone as an external microphone, because as I said, closer between the microphone itself and my mouth, you should pick up better audio. In the past, I have done that with different phones, and it does work very, very well. Very curious to see how it'll do with this phone, but I only tend to do that if it is 100% necessary. If it's not 100% necessary, then I would just prefer to use an external microphone, just like this DJI microphone right here. So I was just getting ready to put everything away. A couple of things I do want to tell you that I absolutely forgot is absolutely the phone is fast, it's fluid. It's got the new A18 Pro chip in here, so I can't expect it to be anything else but fast and fluid, and it 100% is. Face ID, you don't actually have to scan your face twice. It actually just scans your face once, which is pretty neat. I don't know why you don't scan twice as opposed to once, but I'm all for it. I think that's fine. But yeah, fast, fluid, and then battery life. So So battery life is going to be very, very unknown as of right now. I know there's supposed to be more battery life, but on day one, I think the phone came with about 80% or so. I'm not 100% sure on the charge, and I ran it literally down to 1% that full day. But again, I did the restore process, did everything with the apps, and putting the apps back on here, re-downloading everything from cloud, re-logging into everything, re-authenticating. That's always fun. No, it's not fun. It's kind of a pain in that process. It's a little bit on the tedious side, but we did all that off of a charger. This was strictly done on the battery. And then day two, I ran it down to literally 5% left on the battery, but I'm not 100% sure if it's still re-downloading everything from cloud, resyncing all photos. We've got nearly about 100K in photos on here, so about 100,000 or so photos. I do use this with our camera a lot, and then I also do use this with the a7 IV right here for GPS, not for camera control as much, but more for linking between the camera and the phone, because I like to have our GPS turned on, because I like to know where we were when we took our photos. And the new Sony cameras, they don't have a built-in GPS module, so you have to link up via Bluetooth to your phone, and that's been on for a majority of that time. Also, using the phone with the camera and camera with the phone, vice versa. So just wanted to tell you that last brief thing about first impressions of the phone. Okay, back to the video. This is my overall first impressions of this phone. It's bigger, it's heavier, but I do love the beautiful display. The camera control will take me a little bit more time to get used to. Definitely looking forward to using the microphone with the voice memos app, and then definitely I'm not 100% sure I'm going to customize the look on here, but I'm just definitely looking forward to using the phone more. And then one more other thing here too, because iOS 18 is quite a little bit different, is you can definitely type in, so I just swipe down, so just pull down on this, and you can type in tips right here. I don't have this, it's already been offloaded, but you can definitely do that. Go into tips. You can either re-download it or download it and open it up. And this is like your virtual user manual for iOS 18 and this phone. I know there are a ton of capabilities with this phone. I've barely even scratched the surface on this thing. And I know there's a ton of things to do with this phone. But I will tell you, it does have a good quality speaker and good quality microphone for taking and receiving phone calls that I have done. You know, this is a phone first and foremost. Well, I actually think now in this world, the phone is like 4th or 5th on that list. But as far as the phone itself for calling and talking capabilities, using this as a phone works very, very well. So these are, again, my very first impressions with the phone. It's only been a few days. This is Monday as of right now that I'm recording this. Phone just came out Friday. We got this on Saturday. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. There are going to be more videos to come with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. If you like this video, you want to see more videos, hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps out our channel. And also feel free to share. And until next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.